Right, yep, hi all, good afternoon, good afternoon. So here we go. Cheeky little purchase from the main man, Air Mag King on Instagram is one faulty version 4 auto lace shoe. Basically what he does is if he has any faulty shoes, he basically just sells them off cheap, basically. So yeah, I contacted him yesterday. He had this one here, plus some other ones. And yeah, I thought, you know what, let's grab one of these version 4s. We'll have a go fixing it, see what's wrong with it. If not, it can just be a display piece or just sold on or kept for spare parts, for example. So this one is a size 7. It's obviously a left-hand shoe. Problem with the auto lace, so you can see here that these two laces here are up. This one is in the sort of normal position, I would say, and this one is tight. Otherwise, put it around the shoe, yeah, it looks freaking nice. There's a tiny little sort of dimple mark just here, which probably just push out, I expect, with a bit of sort of careful sort of cleaning or massaging on there, I expect. Something very, very minor, I would say there. Otherwise, this all looks absolutely fabulous. The charge socket all looks good as well in there. This all looks completely and utterly unworn. The version 4C have this sort of slightly tinted, sort of purpley blue outsole here, whereas the version 3s, which are not just in the non-auto laces, effectively come like clear. So you can sort of see the difference there. Of course, they'll probably all start to fade eventually, I expect. Obviously, these are new. These ones here are, you know, a few years old. But you can sort of see the difference between them on there. Otherwise, very similar. These ones here, actually, I've done the clear coat technique on there. I'll switch it on. Where's it on switch there? Versus this one here is a standard frosted look. Again, you can just apply a level, literally one coat of nail polish to get that more sort of original effect there. Versus this one here. Where is it? There, boom. Now these ones here, so you have basically, they have 3 markings there, but the middle one doesn't work. The middle one's probably because the original has that, I expect, a 2015 auto lace. So you just operate the auto laces first on the red button, and then the yellow one does the lights. So you've got on off on there, and then the lacing is on this one here. So if I try the lacing on the red, where is it? Yeah. So I can hear basically it's jammed. So as expected, I don't want to press it anymore. But yes, you can sort of see basically it's in the jam position. So one of these laces here, I think it's the second one, has like a hole in between the lace, which goes over the sensor. And when something cocks up, the shoe does not know that it's still trying to close the shoe, basically. So it won't flip it into reverse to open it until you basically move that particular lace away from the sensor, that then basically sort of kickstarts the correct system, and then it'll then go into reverse basically and open. So sometimes it happens if the sensor breaks, or someone puts a shoe in their foot in the shoe and sort of forces the lace to a different position than it shouldn't be. So these auto lace version 4G are never the most reliable. They aren't meant to be worn, basically. They're meant to be just display pieces. So, you know, who knows if it's developed a fault at the factory or someone put it on. Who knows? But either way, they are difficult to fix because, of course, you can't pull anything. You know, you've got to get in there, remove the blue Earl insole, and then, of course, you've got to carefully cut open the white inner sole in order to access the mechanism, and then be able to get your hand in there to trick the sensor into opening up. So it's not a simple job on a small size. It's obviously much easier on the large size. It's even easier if it's jammed in the open position and the laces have all come open. But when it jams shut like that, particularly the top one, that's the most tricky fix to do. But the good thing is at least the motor's operating and it's not knackered or short-circuited. So that's a great thing there. Again, these lights look fabulous. Bear in mind it's quite well lit in my garage. But yeah, they're looking absolutely amazing. So also in the box from the main man Air Mag King, as I've been long customer of his for the last 4 or 5 years, I would say, for spare parts, etc. He sent me a token gift, which is very, very, very nice of him. A pair of these, which are lovely, and the bubbles, etc. That I actually make a replica set of those. I started making a set of those when Air Mag King was so long out of stock, but right now he's back in stock. So yes, grab yourself a pair of those from Mr. Air Mag King on Instagram. He's in London, he ships globally. And he also sent me these as well, which I purchased from him. Again, straps, these come in ever so often. So if you want these and he has them in stock, grab them straight away. Otherwise, they can take a number of months to get in because he orders things in batches. And of course, if things get issues at customs, for example, then, you know, you might not get them for 3 or 4 months, for example. So if you want a set, place an order with him and then grab them as soon as possible. But those are absolutely fabulous. Again, these work on the AliExpress shoes and the version 2s. They do require on most size shoes modifying by lengthening the part here. So you effectively cut it open there, lengthen it, you know, an inch and a half in the middle, so it fits around the clasp on the AliExpress shoe, which is different. But yeah, that's on a separate YouTube video. Coming back to these, this is my version 4, which works, which I absolutely love. Again, I've worn it, you know, around the house, but like I mentioned to you, they're not really meant to be sort of worn. It's a bit more fragile, and I'd say inside. But obviously, if you're like me and you can have a go fixing them, it's not really a massive concern. These are the version 3.1s, again a few years older as well. And you can sort of see that, like I mentioned, the clear part here. Otherwise, they look freaking nice. And these ones here, and I will say actually on these ones here, bear the fact that these are smaller size, they're much more accurate on here. This material here is much thinner, whereas these it's much thicker and more padded, which is not original. But it could just be that these are a smaller shoe, therefore this is all just more delicate, you know, rather than them enhancing the design, which we'd like them to do, of course. On the genuine ones though, you know, they're a bit more pointy, bit more pointed on here on the genuine ones, but